The message came at 2:17 in the morning. Daniel had not been asleep. He had been lying on the couch with the television flickering silently, the blue light washing over a room that no longer felt like a home. Since the divorce, he had stopped going upstairs to the bedroom. The bed was too large, the silence too loud, the memories too precise. When his phone vibrated against the coffee table, he assumed it was another spam email or a late-night notification from some app he forgot to uninstall. He almost ignored it, but something in him, some restless pulse, made him reach for it. It was a link. No name, no message, just a shortened URL and the timestamp 2:17 a.m. He stared at the screen. His first instinct was suspicion. His second was curiosity. His third was fear, though he could not have said why. He clicked it. The video loaded slowly. It was dark at first, grainy and unfocused, as if whoever had filmed it did not want to be seen. Then the image sharpened. It was him. Daniel sat upright so fast the phone nearly slipped from his hand. The footage was from a hospital room. A white wall, a metal bed rail, the faint mechanical rhythm of a heart monitor. He recognized the worn leather jacket hanging on the chair before he recognized himself sitting beside the bed. The camera zoomed slightly. There he was, 3 months ago, holding a small hand in both of his. Emily, his daughter, his throat closed. In the video, Emily looked fragile, pale against the white pillow, her dark curls spread around her face. The oxygen tube traced delicate lines along her cheeks. She had been so quiet that day, too quiet for a 6-year-old who once filled every room with questions. He remembered the smell of antiseptic, the way the fluorescent lights hummed overhead, the way he had tried not to cry because she hated when he cried. In the video, he leaned close to her and whispered something. He had forgotten what he said. The footage captured it clearly. "I'm sorry I wasn't there sooner," he whispered. "I'm sorry I didn't see how sick you were. I should have known." Daniel pressed a hand against his mouth. He remembered the fight with his ex-wife Laura that morning. He had accused her of exaggerating Emily's symptoms. He had said children get fevers all the time. He had said she was overreacting. By the time he realized she wasn't, Emily was already struggling to breathe. The video continued. Emily's eyes fluttered open. She looked at him with that same calm gaze that had always felt too wise for her age. "It's okay, Daddy," she said softly. "You came." The camera shifted slightly, as if the person filming adjusted their grip. Daniel's heart pounded. Who had filmed this? Why send it now? In the video, he lowered his forehead to her hand. His shoulders shook. He had thought no one saw that moment. He had thought he was alone with her. Emily's fingers tightened weakly around his. "Don't be sad," she whispered. "I'm not scared." He could not breathe. The screen went black. Then words appeared. "You still have time." Daniel stared at the message. His pulse thudded in his ears. Emily had survived that night. Barely. Severe pneumonia, the doctors had said. A delayed reaction to an infection that should have been treated earlier. She had spent 2 weeks in the hospital. 2 weeks in which Daniel had not left her side. But after she recovered, something in him had cracked. The guilt had hardened into silence. He visited her less. He avoided Laura's calls. He buried himself in work, convincing himself that providing money was a form of love. He told himself she was better now, that everything was fine, but he had not asked her how she felt in weeks. His phone buzzed again. Another message from the same unknown number. "Check her room." Cold crept through his chest. It was nearly 2:30 a.m. Emily was at Laura's house, not here. Unless his mind raced irrationally for a moment before logic returned. Of course she was at Laura's. She always spent weekdays there. He typed a reply. "Who is this?" The dots appeared almost immediately. "Someone who remembers." Daniel stood up, heart hammering. He paced the room, running a hand through his hair. Was this some sick prank? A hacker? "Laura!" He called Laura. It rang too long before she answered, her voice thick with sleep. "Daniel, what's wrong?" "Is Emily okay?" There was a pause, instantly sharp with alarm. "Yes, she's sleeping. Why?" "Can you check?" "Daniel, it's 2 a.m. Please." He heard the rustle of sheets, footsteps, a door creaking open. The line went quiet except for Laura's breathing. "She's fine," Laura whispered after a moment. "She's asleep." Daniel sagged against the wall, relief flooding him so intensely it almost hurt. "Why are you asking?" Laura said, tension edging her voice. "I got a video from the hospital." There was silence. "What video?" "Someone filmed me that night." Another pause, longer this time. "I didn't send anything," she said carefully. "I didn't say you did." "But you thought it." "He had." Daniel closed his eyes. "Laura, who else was there?" "The nurses, the doctors, and—" Her voice faltered slightly. "My brother came by that evening." "Mark." Daniel's jaw tightened. He and Mark had never gotten along. Mark had blamed him for everything that went wrong in their marriage, as if love could be reduced to a list of failures. "I'll call you tomorrow," Laura said softly. "Get some sleep." Sleep was impossible. Daniel sat back down on the couch and replayed the video. This time, he focused not on himself, but on the edges of the frame. A reflection in the window, a faint silhouette, someone standing near the door. His stomach turned. Another message appeared. "You promised her something that night." He had. He had promised to be there, to listen, to never dismiss her pain again. He had broken that promise quietly, not in dramatic abandonment, but in small, consistent absences. He typed back. "What do you want?" The reply came slower this time. "For you to remember." The phone went silent. Daniel did not know how long he sat there. Eventually, the sky outside began to lighten, the dark blue fading into gray. At 7:03 a.m., his phone rang again. "Laura." "Daniel." Her voice was tight. "Emily has a fever." The world narrowed. "What?" She woke up complaining of chest pain. "It's probably nothing, but after last time—" "I'm coming." He didn't remember grabbing his keys. He only remembered the way his hands shook on the steering wheel, the way every red light felt like a personal attack. When he arrived, Emily was sitting on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, her hair messy, her cheeks flushed. "Daddy," she said, managing a small smile. He knelt in front of her immediately, pressing a hand to her forehead, warm, too warm. "How do you feel?" "My chest hurts a little." Laura watched him carefully from across the room. There was no accusation in her eyes now, only fear. "We should take her in," Daniel said. They did. The hospital felt both familiar and hostile. The same antiseptic scent, the same humming lights. Daniel's chest tightened with every step. As they waited for the doctor, Emily leaned against him. "Daddy?" "Yes." "Are you scared?" He hesitated. "Yes," he admitted. She nodded thoughtfully. "It's okay. You came." The words hit him like a physical force. "You still have time." He understood now. The message was not a threat. It was a warning, a mirror. The tests showed it was a mild infection, caught early, treatable. The doctor reassured them with a calm smile. "She'll be fine," he said. "Fine." Daniel felt something inside him unravel. When they returned to Laura's house, he did not leave immediately. He sat with Emily while she dozed, brushing his fingers gently through her curls. Laura stood in the doorway. "You've been distant," she said quietly. "I know. You don't have to punish yourself forever." "I'm not punishing myself," he said. "I just didn't think I deserved to feel normal again." Laura's expression softened. "Daniel, she doesn't need a perfect father. She needs you." He swallowed hard. Later that evening, after Emily fell asleep, Daniel stepped outside. The air was cool, carrying the faint scent of rain. His phone buzzed one last time. "Did you remember?" He typed back. "Yes." A pause. "Good." The number disappeared from his recent calls. The message thread vanished as if it had never existed. He tried calling it again, but it went straight to an automated message saying the number was not in service. Daniel stood there for a long time staring at his phone. Maybe it had been Mark, maybe a nurse, maybe someone who saw a broken man and decided to push him toward redemption. Or maybe it didn't matter. What mattered was that he had been reminded. The next morning, he made breakfast for Emily before school. He braided her hair badly, making her giggle. He listened to her describe a dream about flying elephants and purple skies, as if it were the most important story in the world, because to him it was. When he dropped her off, she hugged him tightly. "See you later, Daddy." "I'll be here," he said. And this time he meant it not as a reaction to fear, not as a desperate promise whispered beside a hospital bed, but as a quiet commitment woven into the ordinary hours of his life. Weeks passed. He showed up. Parent-teacher meetings, bedtime stories, random Tuesday afternoons at the park. He apologized to Laura for the ways he had shut down. He apologized to himself for believing that one mistake defined him. One evening, as he tucked Emily into bed, she looked up at him with that same steady gaze from the hospital. "You're different," she said. He smiled gently. "Is that good or bad?" "Good, you look happy." He brushed a kiss against her forehead. "I am." After she fell asleep, Daniel stepped into the hallway and leaned against the wall, breathing in the quiet. The guilt was still there, a faint scar under the surface. But it no longer controlled him. It no longer whispered that he was too late. He had been given a second chance, not through a miracle cure or a dramatic rescue, but through a simple reminder delivered at 2:17 in the morning. You still have time. And this time, he chose to use it.